Good evening, Oregon Trail Council. As always, I appreciate having you here tonight. You can share a bit of beverage with me. It happens to be clear, colorless, and tasteless, but it's refreshing nonetheless. It's good stuff. Tonight we have a good crew on board. We got some conversation. Danita Basinger is here from the membership side of the world, and I will toot her horn for her if she doesn't do it for herself in just another few minutes. Danita is one of those unsung behind-the-scenes heroes who probably deserves some kind of new award, a Lion Award, for just grabbing stuff and getting it all worked out and not taking no for an answer. But we'll get into that in another few minutes there. Scott, did you want to lead us off with conversation about where we stand from a council perspective?
You know, I don't know how much there is to report, Randy. We continue to keep an eye on things related to the bankruptcy, and it sounds like they're moving, hopefully moving towards a global resolution, which will, again, as we talked about in the past, will have an impact on each and every council out there. But again, it's something that, you know, we need to do to make sure that we compensate any individuals that had something happen to them that shouldn't have happened to them in the scouting program where they were involved. So that's probably the biggest news. We may hear something in June, but it could be as late as August as well. And we continue to keep an eye on that. Our board has been very actively involved with that whole process. I will tell you that it's great, and Sherry I know is going to talk about it a little bit more later, but it's great to see, you know, I know a lot of people have had their vaccinations, and I've had my two, and I'm getting close to that 2-week period afterwards, so I'm real close. But I just, you know, hearing from the American Camping Association last week on a webinar I was on, and the CDC, and knowing that things are changing rapidly when you look at it, you know, masking requirements and social distancing requirements depend on whether you've had a vaccination or not. And they're vastly different, whether you've had a vaccination or not, depending on whether you've had a vaccination or not. So, that being said, I think a lot of people are feeling a lot more comfortable about getting out there and doing some things. We had a great Cub program out at Baker this weekend. Some people that weren't registered in scouting that now think they want to start a unit out in the Florence area, which is fantastic. Several people from, I think from Cascade Pacific Council joined us as well. And I think with staff and everybody that was down there, we had some people down working on the property as well, working on one of our campsites. We probably had about 170 people in camp this weekend. And it's just great to see. Yesterday, we had a council golf tournament that helps us financially, helps our budget. And this year, not knowing where we're going to be in a COVID world, we really kind of budgeted on the revenue side kind of pessimistically this year. And things are going pretty well if you look at it. We had 108 golfers over at Eugene Country Club yesterday, and just a fantastic event. We spread out the tee times so that they started at 8:30, and I think they finished at 1 o'clock. The last tee time was 1 o'clock in the afternoon. We had a couple of people go over. They won some opportunities. One person had the opportunity this morning. Tony and I were over there. One individual had an opportunity to make a 50-foot putt for $5,000. Wasn't able to hit it. And then we had somebody that had a shot from 160 or 165 yards out for an opportunity to win $100,000. Nice shot, just a little bit right. So unfortunately, nobody won that money, but I think everybody had a great time out there on the golf course and really enjoyed the day. And it all benefits the scouts and scouters in our program in Oregon Trail Council. So those are kind of some updates. You know, we've got camp season coming up and everybody's getting excited about it. This coming weekend is the second weekend of our wood batch course, and looking forward to NYLT program as well. And we think we should get some participants from Crater Lake Council. They're looking at sending some people up as well. So that's kind of it for me. We're really happy with the direction things are going, as far as being able to get out and do scouting like we've done in the past in the outdoors and enjoying ourselves.
Thank you, Scott. I appreciate that. But it's amazing how much energy goes into helping youth learn about ethical and moral choices for their future. It's a tremendous amount of behind the scenes work that goes into this. Thank you very much. I didn't introduce Danita very well, but I think, Danita, you can tell us who you are and what you're doing. She's the VP of membership for the council. And as I indicated earlier, she's doing a tremendous amount of work behind the scenes. She sees a need, reaches out and grabs the hold and begins moving it to completion. And that's what we'd like to hear about tonight, Danita, if you don't mind, is give us a short update on your new member coordinator efforts.
Yes, so for June 2nd, instead of there's not going to be a roundtable. That same evening, June 2nd, 7 p.m., we're going to do a 1-hour Zoom workshop. And hopefully we can get people from around the council. The idea is to help units, especially we're looking for the growth plan units, which those are the units that are really having a hard time right now. They've got 4 or fewer scouts. So we want to help those units and all the rest of the units. It's been a tough year for them. And the idea behind this was we don't want units to wait until August or September to do something. They need to do something yesterday. And so hopefully by attending this 1-hour workshop, at the end of it, they can have a program for the summer. So we're going to send them ahead of time. There's a registration that'll be on the website. And when they fill out the registration, it's going to ask about their unit. And we're going to send them hopefully information ahead of time. One of the things I want to get, and I'm working on how to make this happen, is a pack logo, which doesn't sound like that big a deal, but lots of packs don't have a logo. So we're going to come up with a way that we'll send them. It'll say, you know, pack 1, 2, 3, indicate if it's a family pack or boy only, and say Florence, Oregon, or wherever they're from. And it'll be ready to go that they can use that on their website if they have one, on their social media, on their flyers, just to sort of give them a pack identity. Some people use it to do t-shirts and hats and things like that. So we want to get that going so that they have one. We're going to send them a summer activity guide. So summer of fun or something. We'll include on that all of the activities we're doing as councils and districts. So we'll have all the day camps on it, the summer camps, any sort of activities we've got. We're going to schedule June 26th. We'll do an outdoor adventure day at Junction City Ponds like we did a couple months ago. Sandy is working on one for Springfield also in June. There's some activities Sherry has going up in northern area. We'll find out what's going on down in southern area. We'll have a schedule. And so all that these leaders will need to do is pop in. Maybe once a month they do a bike ride or a family hike, or they meet in a park and do a hot dog barbecue. If they add that to what we already have scheduled, they now have a summer program. So yeah, it's really—
If I could interject, hang on just a second, Anita. I think what you just said is very important, that we've got to have summer programs for our youth. Absolutely. And that's one of those old ugly tales that for some reason the old people in scouting manifest the problem. They say, oh, we don't scout during the summer.
That's horrible idea.
Really. I would like everybody on this call to help stop that rumor, because I will tell you, we lose about half the kids in the packs because we don't work through the summer. And quite
Yeah.
frankly, there's not that much that goes into it. Okay. But we sure throw up obstacles in our own way. So, kudos to Danita for helping clear that out. So folks, when you hear this, please help stop this bad old rumor. It kills our scouts.
Yeah, and especially this year. I mean, if a unit does not do anything between now and August, they will not have a unit left. You can't go over a year without meeting. You'll lose all your scouts. So
that's what's put us in the position we're in right now.
Yeah, that's why it's really urgent. So we're doing it June 2nd. And we're going to make it really easy for those units that just really need someone to hold their hand and walk them through it. So that's the goal there. So what I need everybody to do is, it will be up on the calendar at OTC probably in a day or so. And we just got to get everybody to register. We would love it if committee chairs, Cub masters, if they had a new member coordinator, which they don't, but if they did, this would be a great thing for them to do. Attend this meeting, and we will just walk them right through it. And then they've got a program through the summer. And then we want to do in August the same type of thing and walk them through what to do to get them through the school year. So that's our goal. So I just need you guys to help promote it in every way possible to get people to come to this 1 hour. And we'll try and cram as much as we can into 1 hour. We'll send them information ahead of time and answer questions and follow up with what they need. So that's what I got.
Thank you very much. I'd like to follow on with, how do we communicate this stuff across the council and down to the actual people who are going to need the information? How do we do that? Let me ask you, how many of you see all the neat stuff that comes out from a national standpoint? We've got the summer of the scouting summer of service. How many of you have seen that information coming out of national? Sherry has. I know that Rob has. I have.
I missed it.
Okay. Yeah. Very good. McKay has seen it. All right. However, is it getting down to the unit level? That's the question. How do we communicate this stuff? And I think that's a conversation that a bunch of us ought to have here in the next several months. How do we communicate and get the information down to the right level? So that's kind of an open-ended question. Very good. Sherry, Danita, thank you. Any follow-on for the program that Danita's talking about here? Going once, going twice. Okay, Sherry, would you like to give us some information about Camp Baker? I think you had a great weekend out there, is what it sounds like.
Yeah, absolutely. First off, if any of you are listening that went to that, thanks for coming out. We had a fantastic time. And Scott, we had more like 190 people out at camp. When you include all the staff, thank you, Troop 2, for staffing that. They do a fantastic job every year. We will have another similar event. Go ahead, Scott.
I just lowballed in case the state was listening. That's all.
Oh, I see. We will have another similar event in October 30th, which will be our haunted trails for Cubs, and put that on your calendar. The other thing we have going on for Cubs right now to get them out and about is we have Cub Resident Camp, which is a Wednesday through Saturday, July 7th through the 10th at Camp Baker. Get signed up for that. It is a limited number registration, so you'll want to go ahead and hop online at otcbsa.org and get signed up. We also have day camps in all of our different districts. For the Benton County, our day camp will be the last week of July. And again, it's closed at a certain number of participants, so you'll want to get online and sign up for that as soon as possible.
How effective is the online sign up? What do you think?
Very, very good. I was actually, unfortunately, we got too full at Camp Baker this last weekend, and I had to start turning some people down because I just did not have the facilities to hold anymore at that point.
It's a good problem.
Yeah, it's a good problem to have. Yeah,
Good problem to have.
yeah. Because that's that whole conversation about communication and follow-up is an ongoing concern for all of us. You know, is this the right forum to talk about some of these things? Because this is primarily a business group here with a little bit of program flavor, but primarily the business side of our world. So it's very interesting what we talk about and when that is. Thanks, Sherry. Appreciate the information. We're gonna look forward to some more exciting stuff coming.
Yeah, you know, and I think one of the big things that we can all do is promote. If we have any kind of event, we need to be talking about all the other events that remotely relate to it, and pushing that and handing out flyers and reminding them that this isn't just a one-time thing.
Yeah, I think there's more promotion to be done than we've been paying attention to for a lot of years. We're discovering lots of stuff. Thank you very much. Eugene, you had mentioned you wanted to talk about Cascade for a few minutes.
Yeah. Well, a couple of fun things have happened in the last couple of days. One, we thought we had lost a troop that did not re-register. We have been informed this week that they are planning on coming back and re-registering. We just have to find leadership for them, and the person who was the leader is willing to help find leadership through the church. So that's coming back. So we're picking that one back up. The other thing is, as Randy was saying, we're on the business side of this. Cascade District for years has not made their goal for FOS, and we have made our goal this year for FOS.
Hey.
Good.
On the business, that's the business side of it. So I thought I'd toot their horn just a little bit for the district, because we really did make it this year.
Awesome.
That's good stuff. If we don't take care of the FOS side, we just frankly can't deploy what we need to get scouting to occur. There's just no doubt about it.
And part of that is we're not telling our units that have not had an FOS yet that we've made our goal.
No.
Very good, very good. Jay, did you have a comment, or are you just waving to us there, buddy? I think Jay has got bandwidth questions up there. He was just clapping. All right, I got it. Bill Mangeli, do you have anything for us? I see you're on. Oh, I guess Bill's gone again. That's funny. That is funny. McKay, roundtable, any updates, everybody? Can you share with us, McKay Lindsay?
Yeah, I'm on here. No roundtable this month. I will state that I am in the market for a few more presenters. So if you know of somebody who you think would be a good presenter for roundtable, please send them my way. I would love to get a hold of people. I can't know everybody in the council, so I depend on a lot of voices to keep me filled in on people who you think would be good presenters. You were talking earlier about how we need to keep the program going through the summer. In talking to a lot of roundtable people at the commissioners' college we had a few weeks ago, a lot of councils don't do that, but we do. We keep our roundtables going through the summer. So be ready to be online in July for our next roundtable. We will not stop our roundtables through the summer, because you're absolutely right. The program has to keep going.
Yep. Now, I think we all recognize that if we don't do this stuff consistently, that it just doesn't work very well. It just doesn't work very well. Scott, what have you seen in other councils about year-round operations? What's your take on it from a professional standpoint?
As far as I've seen some councils that do kind of slow down during the summer. I personally prefer having roundtables throughout the summer. As you guys have talked about, I think to me, it just kind of sends the wrong message that we're a 9-month program instead of a year-round program, and we are a year-round program. So, you know, I think it varies from council to council. But, you know, I love the fact that we're in the Pacific Northwest, and there's a ton of things that you can get out and do during the summer months, you know. A little bit more difficult when I was down in Arizona and they had to go out in that 120-degree weather to do stuff, so.
Well, I think one of the, you know, we're all trying to grasp the silver lining of the COVID stuff. I think one of the things that the successful units have learned that they will stick with, both on the pack level and the troop level, is it's way better to meet outdoors. You know, the idea of being inside a church basement or a gymnasium 10 months out of the year for your meetings, and going into the same place where kids go to school and sitting down and doing your lessons at a table or a desk, I think that's the wrong message, and that's where we lose a lot of kids. I think they can handle being outside, and to have meetings outside at a park and be more active and outdoors is going to benefit the program. And I think people are hopefully getting more out of that mindset that they have to meet inside a gymnasium or a church basement, and meeting in parks and doing more outdoor things.
And to piggyback on that a little bit, Randy, you know, I look at, you know, what Dunedin is trying to do and have these outdoor events during the course of the year. And unfortunately, I think we've all talked about it, that all too often when you get to the Scouts BSA level, we invite somebody to join, somebody that hasn't been involved. And their first opportunity to see Scouts in action is going to a troop meeting that may or may not be exciting, that may or may not be, you know, fairly well run. And, you know, the way to recruit them is when you get them outdoors. You know, Scouts BSA, as far as I'm concerned, if you're going to invite a friend to join scouting, invite them to one of your campouts. You know, invite them to a weekend campout. You have a great opportunity to go out there and enjoy the outdoors and you know, get out there in some places that a lot of people just never get out to.
Well, and that'll be one of the things that we're talking about at the summer workshop is it doesn't have to be, I mean, people are overwhelmed. They're like, oh, it's too hard. We can't meet in the summer. We made it through the whole year and we're done. It's not that hard to say we're meeting at a park, bring a kickball and a blanket, and the parents can visit and the kids can play kickball. They're happy as can be. They want to see their friends. So I think we just need to get that message out that you don't have to be working on badges and requirements. It's about building community.
Wasn't that the whole idea of the Summertime Pack Award?
Yeah, get them outside.
Yeah, get them outside, do stuff as a family.
Yeah, people are looking for that. So we just have to make it easy for them.
I guess
I think this past Saturday, I saw that so much. I got to be over at Camp Baker, pounding nails and doing stuff, and there were 140 non-stop talking Cub Scouts. And I noticed that in the afternoon, the parents were kind of dragging, but the kids were just still going. And it makes it worth it all when you see those little guys going like that, and gals. It was a fun time.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got to have the kids there to you know, to experience how to learn to lead and how to make the appropriate choices, and all that all ties together back into mission. It's not about kids having fun. There's a bigger purpose than that, and that's what this group is all about, is understanding that purpose and then putting the programs together to help the kids get where they need to go. It's an interesting business. There's just no doubt in my mind. I see Dave is here, Marty Warner. Marty, you never say anything. You got anything to say tonight? Come on, talk to us. Marty, share.
Peer pressure
Okay.
does not work.
That's exactly right. That's exactly right. Okay. All right. What else we want to talk about tonight, folks? Communication is one of those things that continues to be a challenge for us. Are we communicating enough? We're doing it the right times, right ways. Scott?
No, I was just going to say, you know, since our last fireside chat, would like to congratulate Eugene from a year ago, who was never officially recognized for Silver Beaver from 2019, and Dave, who's on here as well, who received his Silver Beaver earlier this month. So congratulations to both of you guys.
Very good. Very good. That's great stuff. There's just no doubt in my mind. Okay. What else we want to talk about? I can't believe we're completely dry tonight.
Okay.
Bunch of,
I'm never
bunch of old
completely
folks.
dry.
And except for Sherry.
Right, right. You know, one of the things I noticed when I was out this weekend with all these kids and families is the adults need to be outside and doing scouting things as much as the kids do.
True story.
And so I think if we can remind some of the parents of how much fun they can have, they're more likely to bring the kids out. We need to let them know this is not a chore, this is an adventure.
Well, and I think now, because we have girls involved, that it is much more of a family activity. And I think we need to really promote it as that this is a family activity. You bring the whole family, and we're going to go out and go hiking, and we're going to go to the woods, and we're going to learn archery and building community within the families and having the families get to know each other. That's the key to success. If your families get to know each other and they see it as a community, then you've got it made. And they're also much more willing to help out and volunteer and run the pack. So I think our marketing and our talking to people, we need to say this is a family activity that we do together.
There's a real sense of community in what we're doing.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and we lost that last year, and units are feeling that, you know, they don't have as many volunteers, they don't have the connections. And so I think it's really important that we build that back as quickly as we can and get families together. And maybe units who haven't done family camp before need to plan a family camp, or for the older troops, do a family river rafting and family picnic and really pull people together like they haven't been.
Yeah. Those of you who are leading the charge, my hat's off to you. Just absolutely. It makes a big difference. Okay?
And correct me if I'm wrong, Sherry, but didn't you have a few grandparents with their grandchild out there at camp as well this weekend?
Yeah, we actually had several grandparents that came out, and we even had a group from California that came all the way up, as well as people that came down from Salem and Albany. So people are eager to get out. And
Yeah.
we had moms carrying babies around, and the weather was beautiful, and everybody had a good time.
Hearing a bell ring, Sherry, what was that all about?
The tower. And then did you hear all the woohoos afterwards?
But what was the achievement? What did
So
they
That's
do?
the top.
when the Weeblos get to climb to the top of the tower,
Rock climbing.
they get to ring the bell. And when the bell's rung, everybody around them usually hollers. So big fun.
And some parents were climbing the tower.
In spots where we didn't have Weeblos or the Weeblos were done, we said, come on, parents. And boy, let me tell you what, there was a couple of parents that were taking things out of their pockets as quick as they possibly could.
Yep.
So, a lot of fun. Parents need this as bad as the kids do, I think.
Yeah, we need to remember that with our advertising and our marketing.
Yeah.
Hey, Jim, I think you should tell Sherry the chicken story that you told me earlier today.
Uh-oh.
Oh, there was a mother with two young boys sitting by the totem pole eating their chicken dinner. And I kind of wandered over that way. I was waiting to leave and I couldn't get out for some reason. And so I said, so did you guys have fun today? And they're, oh yeah. And this one boy said, this is the best chicken I've ever had. And I said, oh, that's really good. And then I slowly wandered around the totem pole and knelt down next to the mother. And I said, and if you want the secret recipe, just go to Costco.
Yeah, right.
And she said, I can't believe that this is Costco chicken. And I said, that's because you're outdoors and you've been active, and food always tastes better outdoors. And she said, we got to do this more. So
that's a good testimonial right there. Thank you very much. Okay. All right. Well, let's do this again next month. Okay. We got a good group here and some good stories to share and continue our commitment to our youth. So thanks a bunch. We're going to wrap this up. You don't have to go away, but we're done for the evening. Thanks a bunch. Good night.